Good afternoon. Today, we're going to take a closer look at how direct democracy operates in the state of Arizona. Direct democracy is a central feature of the Constitution of Arizona. These tools provide a way for citizens to participate in the lawmaking process, ensuring that the voices of the citizens are heard. So let's explore what initiatives and referendums are and how they work. Let's start with the definitions. First, an initiative is a process that allows citizens to propose new laws or amendments to the Arizona Constitution. To do this, they need to collect a specific number of signatures from registered voters. Once enough signatures are gathered, the proposed law or amendment is placed on the ballot for voters to approve or reject in the next general election. A referendum, on the other hand, allows voters to decide whether to approve or reject laws that have been already passed by the legislature. There's also an option for the legislature itself to refer a law to the voters for approval. In either case, it's the people who make the final decision on whether a law goes into effect. So both initiatives and referendums give voters significant control over the laws that affect their lives. Now, let's talk about how these processes work, starting with the initiative process. To create an initiative, a citizen or a group must draft a proposal. This proposal can be for a new law or a constitutional amendment. Once a proposal is ready, the next step is to gather signatures from voters. After collecting enough signatures, the proposal is submitted to the Arizona Secretary of State. If enough signatures are gathered, the initiative will be placed on the ballot for voters to decide in the next general election. Referendums work quite a bit differently. If citizens disagree with a law that the state legislature has passed, they can gather signatures to challenge it. To do so, they have 90 days from the time the legislature finishes its session. Just like with initiatives, they need to collect a certain number of signatures. Once enough signatures are gathered, the law is put onto hold until the voters can decide whether it should be upheld or rejected. Now that we understand how both processes work, let's compare them. Both initiatives and referendums allow voters to have a direct impact on the laws in Arizona. They both involve gathering a specific number of signatures from voters to qualify for the ballot. And in both cases, the final decision is made by the voters at the general election. The key difference lies in their purpose. Initiatives are used to propose new laws or changes to the Arizona Constitution, often in cases where citizens feel the legislature isn't addressing a particular issue. Referendums, on the other hand, are used to either approve or reject laws that have already been passed by the legislature, giving citizens a direct way to challenge the government's decisions. So, while both processes empower voters, they are used in different ways. Let's take a moment to consider the pros and cons of each process, starting with initiatives. One major advantage to the initiative process is that it gives citizens a direct say in the lawmaking process. If there's an issue that the legislature is not addressing, citizens can take matters into their own hands and propose a new law or a constitutional amendment. This can lead to real change, especially when it comes to issues that might not be on the legislature's agenda. However, there are also some drawbacks. Initiatives can be influenced by well-funded interest groups who have the resources and time to gather signatures and run campaigns. Additionally, some issues are quite complex and may require expert knowledge to fully understand the issue. When these complex issues are simplified in the ballot, it can be difficult for voters to make fully informed decisions. Now, let's take a look at the pros and cons of referendums. One of the biggest advantages of referendums is that they give voters the power to review laws passed by the legislature. This ensures that citizens have a say in the laws that affect their lives, especially when it comes to controversial or unpopular decisions made by elected officials. A referendum is a check on the legislature's power, giving citizens the final word on key issues. On the downside, referendums can delay the implementation of important laws, causing potential gridlock in the legislative process. Additionally, Organizing a referendum takes time and resources, not just from citizens gathering signatures, but also from the government, which has to administer the process. Arizona's constitution embraces the idea of direct democracy by giving citizens the power to propose and vote on laws or constitutional amendments. This system ensures that the government is always open to hearing from the people and laws can be shaped by voters, not just elected officials. The processes of initiatives and referendums allow citizens to bypass the legislature when needed and have a direct say in the laws that affect them. This means that the power truly lies in the hands of the people, making Arizona a prime example of how direct democracy can function at the state level. In conclusion, initiatives and referendums are critical tools in Arizona's system of direct democracy. They empower citizens to shape the laws of the state and keep the government accountable to the will of the people. By participating in these processes, Arizonians ensure that their voices are always heard and their opinions always matter. Thank you.